hand it over. Megan's going to introduce Abdullah.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
And we're just going to, our format for today, Megan might talk into a little bit more, is the guys are going to speak into a little bit about who they are, their journey, for a few minutes, and then we'll maybe take a moment just to reflect on some of the things they've said through Megan and I. We might throw a few things back to the guys, and then we'll get into small group work for some feedback, some questions, and some things that gives us, excuse the pun, bridges of hope. All right, that gives us a way to live in hope, and as young leaders, that can help to create a better and more peaceful society for the world. So I'm going to pass over to Shane in a few minutes, but Shane has answered the call to say yes through Father Michael, so thank you, Father Michael, as well. Shane works as a community worker in the Matt Talbot Centre, which is a place that really supports those that are dealing with addictions and coming out of prison, but also helping to live and to thrive into the futures as well. So it's really, really good to have you, Shane. Unfortunately, he is a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Good man, Shane. So that's who Shane is, and maybe you want to introduce.
So I suppose, like Dermot said there, we were looking for some guest speakers to come and be part of our day today. And I heard great things about Abdullah. Got in contact, and again he said yes straight away. So we're absolutely delighted to have both with us today. And so Abdullah is a big advocate, I suppose, for inclusion and for diversity, and he is currently final year in college. So it's great to have you with us. I know you're up to your ears in assignments and exams, so we do really appreciate you giving the time today come and meet our young people. We're really hoping out of both our panellists today that you will be inspired, that you will get something out of the day, and maybe bring some of this learning back to your own communities. And yeah, I'm going to leave them talk, because I think what you have to say is more important than what I'm saying to you right now. So over to you. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks very much. I'll go first. Thanks very much for offering me this chance to speak to you. I'm very grateful to be sitting here today in front of you, and I don't say that with a light heart. I am very grateful to be here and to be alive. Good afternoon. Today's theme is Breaking Barriers, Working Together Towards Inclusion and Equality. This is actually a speech that I did in front of the Lord Mayor of Dublin there only 2 or 3 weeks ago, in front of over 300 people, and I think it's going to be a very good speech for you as well, so I'll just read it out to you if you don't mind. I was in active addiction for over 20 years, and I'm proud to say that I have been in recovery for over 4.5 years now. Addiction leaves you isolated, stuck in your own mind. It doesn't want you to interact with anybody, your friends or your family. Your inner critic is telling you that you are no good. I lost all my friends, family through my addiction, but my life has changed because of the sense of inclusion and the equality that I have experienced since I returned to education. I have returned to Maynooth University and completed my level 7 in addiction studies. I am now working as a community worker in the Matt Talbot Community Trust. I have trained in peer-to-peer life coaching, and I am taking the skills and knowledge that I have gained since my return to education to help others in the community. I no longer feel isolated. I was welcomed back into my family. My wife has been a huge support for me since me recovery, since taking me back, since I was homeless. I was in prison. I was in 2 treatment centres as well for me addiction as well. I now mix with people at my CA meetings, my AA meetings. I coach an under 15s football team. I referee matches the weekends, interacting with the players and their families. I'm a father, I am a husband, I am a brother, I am a friend. My life has completely changed because of the welcome and the support that I have received as I started my recovery journey, and now I want to give back. If you see someone homeless or affected by drugs or alcohol, if you come across anyone who is marginalised in any way, Don't judge them, don't look down on them. We are all equal, we are human. Break down the barriers, acknowledge them and say hello. Every interaction can be an intervention. Remember, one small interaction can make a huge difference to someone's day, and I certainly believe no one is up here, no one is down here, we're all equal. So, thanks very much.
Thank you. Let you have a breather for a few minutes and pass maybe over to yourself.
Thank you very much, and I just want to say thank you to Shane for such an inspiring story. I was deeply touched, and thank you so much, Megan, Dermot, and Father, and for to you all for having me here this afternoon. It's a great blessing to be here, to be honest. And so my name is Abdullahi. I'm originally from Freetown, Ireland, so it's a very tiny country in the west part of Africa. I arrived in Ireland in 2018. I went through the direct provision system here in Ireland, where I spent, a couple of years, over 3 years, and it was really one of my toughest time alive, because I'm here for safety in Ireland, and it's like living in direct provision. It was like an indirect prison, you don't have control over your life. And I was here alone with no family members here, as a young man, looking for or searching for safety. It was pretty tough, and long story short, I was relocated from Basseski here in Dublin to Longford, and it's all male hostel, and I was the youngest lad in the hostel over 80 men, and I was sharing a tiny space with over 4 roommates. They all in their 40s, and I was pretty young at that time. Really, really tough, sharing a tiny space with people from different backgrounds, and some of them they smoke, some of them drink alcohol, and I was just there traumatized, ringing my mom every day, just to explain what I'm going through. And it's really, really tough for my mom as well, and I have my siblings over there in Sierra Leone. But long story short, I was just talking that, small confined space. But again, I'm very much ambitious. I wanted to do something, and I wanted to create change. So I started asking questions, because I don't know if some of you know about direct provision here in Ireland. It's a system that, look after asylum seekers and refugees here in Ireland. So I started asking questions with regards to the inhumane treatment they give to people, residents. So it was a bitter, tense relationship between me and the management. This saw me as a threat, because they don't want the public to know exactly what is going. It's like a secrecy, a society type of, because the public have a different perspective, and these people don't want whatever is going in the direct provision for the public to know, because it's inhumane. This is not me saying. All human rights organizations and even UN monitoring bodies, have said that in their report, that, direct provision is of no use. Long story short, I'm a person who can eat any type of food. I'm fine. I'm not allergic to any type of food. But one thing that I always say I'm allergic to is injustice. I just can't stand it. I just can't bear it. So I started asking questions, challenging the issues. And just to deal with my mental health and stuff, I joined the youth service down Longford. They're amazing people. They helped me through in terms of accessing, counseling and all that. And I was also doing a course, Applied Addiction and Community Development. It was online during COVID time, and I enjoyed it. But again, I was just looking for something to cope with. But again, it was very close to exams times. I need to study, and you can't study in direct provision. It's almost impossible, because it's always noisy. People are just breaking stuff because of the mental health issues. And so I decided to, go to one of my friends to spend the night just to study, to prepare for exams the next day when I came back at the emergency accommodation center. They said I'm out because I spent a night out. My bags were, outside waiting for me. I was like shocked. Said, I have no family here. Where am I going from here? So I was homeless, sleeping on the streets, but thank God and thankfully, I sent an email to the Department of Justice expressing my frustration and the way I've been treated. And luckily, one Irish woman, she's just like a godsend. She rescued me. When I sent the email, I copied all of the organization because I was really active volunteering for so many other organizations. So one of the board members saw the email that I sent to the Department of Justice. Then she gave me a shout and said, look, Abdullah, my name is Neve, blah, blah, blah. Come down, just take a train, come down to Dublin. I'll pick you at Eastern Station. I was shocked because this is a total stranger responding to like an email, and I came to Dublin. She was there. She picked me from the street, and she changed my life. And I just want to thank God for that opportunity today. I'm a final year law student. I'm also an activist advocating for human rights to be respected, promoted, and protected. And also I work for a network called Young People at Risk within the North Inner City. So primarily my role is the community link worker. I support, families, young people, and kids within the North Inner City. And that's me. Thank you so much.
Guys, thank you, and bless you both for being with us today. It's an honour for us to be among you and for you to be in this amazing space with us. I think what we are going to do, we'll let this just settle within us, whatever we've heard for a few minutes, and maybe Megan and I can just poke a little bit more with you. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
And we'll then give an opportunity for group work and for each of us maybe to have an opportunity to maybe talk into a question. Abdullah, you really did speak about the injustice and the strength that you had, and I suppose what I heard is the faith that you had as well, and the trust in God, where you went to so many means for someone to offer an opportunity to you. I think you mentioned the person's name, was it Neve? Or was
Neve,
it Neve? And I have to give thanks for Neve for that, because it definitely helped to put you on an amazing pathway for you to be here with us today. Shane, maybe I'll just ask you, was there someone or something that maybe we hear about the tough times that you had, but was there someone that maybe opened the door for you, or something that allowed you to?
Believe it or not, actually, when I was in my second treatment, I was on bad terms with everybody. My ma passed away when I was in my second treatment centre, and I managed to get out of the treatment centre and go to my ma's funeral and do what I had to do, and everybody thought that I was going to go on a mad one again and go back out. Shane was gone again, but I didn't. I went back into treatment after my ma's cremation, and I went back into treatment, and I used my ma as my higher power to guide me. And through going back into the treatment centre for myself this time, because the years is saying I'm going to do it, I'll do it, and I couldn't stay clean, like from alcohol or drugs, telling my wife and my family and this and that, whatever, but I couldn't do it. So in my second treatment centre, when my ma did pass away, I went back into treatment, and then my wife then wrote me a letter because I did it for myself, and that's how my family got back together, So my ma is still my higher power today. I pray to my ma, and a lot of them have a lot of higher powers that I do pray to. I'm very spiritual. I believe in a higher power, and I believe that my higher power is guiding myself and my family, because they don't want to see us suffer anymore. And that's my belief, because from being when I was out homeless on the streets, I accepted that I was going to die an alcoholic and an addict out on the streets, but obviously that wasn't God's plan. So that's what keeps me going as well, is faith. What you said there, faith is a huge part of living. If you don't have faith, you won't have much.
Thank you. heard from both of you is hope is a big thing that we really want to focus on with this group, you know, the importance of hope. One thing that I heard from both of you was, I don't know, maybe with having a 16, 17, 18-year-olds, we've been working today already on some debates and agree and disagree statements, but the hope that I heard from you was education was a big part from both of you. Do you want to maybe speak into this? Obviously you've went into education at a different maybe time than some of our young people here, but education, has that been a massive part of who you are right now?
Oh yeah, I think for me personally, absolutely. Because I remember coming from Sierra Leone, I have a bit of education, and I came from a family where no one, have been to university. So, and I remember my late dad at that time, he was really, really focused for, especially, me as the eldest, male child in the family to get a quality education sort of. And even when we had little or nothing at that time as a family, but my dad was really, really going east versus west, just to encourage me and my younger siblings to get through education. And just to answer your question, I think for me, had it not been for education, I wouldn't have been, the young man I am today in Ireland, because I have a desire, I have an ambition to as a young person, to create change. Like I said, it's just really sad nowadays today with all the issues that are going on, all the injustice. I think for us young people, it's really important for us to not only education per se, formal education, but also the way we interact, we learn from each other. And I've been here for maybe less than 2 hours. I've had conversation with so many other young people, so we learn, and that's the key. When you engage people, you totally understand that, the so-called misinformation, disinformation, you also identify that or realize that our commonalities supersede our differences. I think that's key.
Yeah, myself, education helped me tremendously. I went back to education. It would have been into Cork College first. I did a childcare course first. I wanted to be an SNA. Well, that's what I thought I wanted to be at the time, but I got a distinction in that, and when I opened it up, I didn't believe it. I was crying. It's the first time I ever really cried, because I didn't think I'd be able to do it. And after that, then, as yourself said, it's about mixing with people, because where I came from, I was just on my own, in my own mind, and that's the way I was, and then to get that freedom and that laughter and that interaction with other people that you thought that you'd never get in life. And then I went on to Maynooth University, something that I never thought I'd do in my entire life, and to level 7, and to get, I think I got a second degree or second class honours, whatever it is. I think it's the second highest. And then you're looking at it and saying, how did this happen? Because, I think, my message is to the people, as well, you're not alone, you're not alone. Your mind will tell you these crazy things and whatever it is. I think we all have that inner critic that'll tell us we're no good, or we don't want to get out of bed in the morning, or whatever it is. But once you go against that and you do get up in the morning, you have a chance, And for me, Maynooth University was a huge experience for me, and then I was made class representative and all these sort of things, and I'm there, me, in my head, I wasn't saying it out loud, but I was saying in my own head, why me, but obviously I had something that people saw in me, and that's huge as well. People see stuff in you that you don't see in yourself, so that's what gives you that spark, and then I got educated around the FAI, I got me a referee badge by doing fitness. I'm a big lad, but I have great cardio. Yeah, I have a great cardio. That's one thing I have got about me, and I did me coaching badges as well, and all that sort of stuff in the sports side of it, and then to pass on that to the kids and see the kids 14 years of age and playing football and they're staying out of trouble. All them little things, they make a difference to the kids and to myself, and then you can spread it out then to the wider community, meaning sitting here today and speaking to you, and then in your workplace or wherever you are. Just be like a nice, kind person. That's all you have to be. And that's my beliefs, and all started because someone gave me a chance to be me, basically. And this is me here, sitting here today, and it's a good feeling, to be honest.
Thanks, Shane. That's where I need to finish for me, but Megan, over to you.
Yeah, just one question, and just before we move into some discussion and get some feedback from young people. I suppose you're really speaking on, you've all gone through an awful lot, you've come out the other side, a lot of hard work has gone into where you both are today. We have a group of young people here that are, 16, 17, 18 years of age. If you had the opportunity to say something to you at that age, what would be your advice for this age group? Big question.
Yeah, it's a very big question. I think I'll start. And thank you so much for that question. I think it's really, really important. I think for me personally, I will use a word, believe, because I think for me it's what transform my life with of course the help of God Almighty and Neve, but I had so much belief in my faith and also in myself. I have so much belief that, and I want this, my brothers and sisters, my friends here to also try to inculcate such that they have something great in them, and I think all of us. So believe, and of course, life, you have ups and downs, you have challenges, you're gonna face so much struggle in life, but just believe and keep going. Like never give up, in your dream, because don't allow anything, whether it's system, whether it's individuals or a government, to snatch your dream away from you. So just believe and just stand for what's right, and don't be afraid to condemn the wrongs, because especially in society where we are, the bad stuff, like especially the fly, like very fast, very quickly. And so just like stand for what's right. Inside of you, your instinct will tell you. Of course, we all have that, instinct inside us that will tell you what, good from what is wrong. So just always stand for the good. And and I'm really, really grateful, to be honest, to know that you all are change makers, and I want that sort of spirit for you to accept it, that you have that inside of you to create the change that is necessary, not only for Ireland, not only for the UK, but this generation, and all of us have, a role to play. And just believe.
Yeah, for me, it would be a lot of things for me would have been fear-based, I wouldn't try anything because I'd be fearful of what would go wrong, and I wouldn't even do it, so there's a thing, a motto that I have, and a quote that always sticks out to me, and I always read it every morning as well, is everything you want is on the other side of fear. And that's meaning if you don't try, you won't know.
Oh.
I have a lot of quotes that I look at, and they really help me, and that sticks out to me. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. And if you do try something and you do fail, you can always try again. You always learn from your experience. Your experience doesn't define who you are. You can always get back up and try different things wherever else it is. So if you don't try things, you'll never know. And that's I took that leap of faith, 4.5 years ago, and I'm still sitting here today by doing things that I never thought that I'd do, because for example, sitting here today, was I fearful? Yeah. And that's normal. I'm a human being. I'm going to be fearful. I'm going to have nerves. I'm going to be, because I'm a human being. But I feel better now for sitting up here and speaking. And there's another quote as well. It's hope. And for me that stands for hold on, pain ends. Because if anybody is suffering or whatever in their life, that life and life turns, whatever comes up, but it doesn't last forever. So that's what the hope means for me. Hold on, pain ends, and just keep the faith and just keep doing what you're doing. If it doesn't work, you can always get back up. Once you don't stay down. It was said to me as well, Shane, you only fail when you stop trying. So if you don't stop trying, you never fail. So yeah, that's my...
Guys, thank you so much. Can we get a big round of applause? What we might do, guys, is just those groups that you were in earlier, so whether you're number 1, 2, 3 or 4, 1, 2, 3 or 4,